Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Ease the Wall, and I am doing a flip through today of my diary, my Christmas diary. This little girl was started in July for the Christmas in July, and I had something happen where I had to wait a few weeks to get back to it, but here we are. So the digitals I used to this were mainly from Amity Bloom, but I did add a couple others from a few other digitals, which I will link everything down below. But I also have this little packet of extra goodies that will go with the journal. And here is a writing board, very firm, that I just finished with Amity's digitals. I think it turned out very well, so if you're able to write in it. And we'll go through that later. And let's just take a look. So on the front of here, I also included a Christmas tree. I want to put brooches, or this just happens to be a Christmas earring, a vintage earring that I got at an antique sale. And I just want to do this on all of my journals. So it is a beautiful Christmas tree. And I do have her wrapped in some sari silk. And then I have added this linen to the top of it. It is not attached, so you can take it off. It does have a little staining right there, but I just think it adds to it. So it just does cover her perfectly. So here is the front of it. I do have a couple charms and some little bells right here. There is a pocket, which you can close it up if you want to. I didn't. I just left it unattached at the bottom. But this fabric just matches the paper that I put on to begin with, and then I noticed I had fabric that just matched it, so I just put that on there. Then I also have this lace on the front, and then on the side, and right here is from the Postcards digital from Amity. And then I have a few Tim Holtz ephemera in there, and then the glitter is German glass glitter. I love this stuff. It will turn and oxidize over time. And then here is some vintage wallpaper behind the postcard. So let's open her up. And she is a chunky thing, I'm telling you. She is full. So here is her from the side. Oh, I just love it. There are different papers that I used in here. Most of it is on Southworth linen. Wow, that's hard to say. Southworth linen paper. And then I have some regular 28-pound. And then I think that's mainly all of the... Oh, and I do have some vellum and tracing paper. I do like textures. So the first page right here, we do have... These are some Tim Holtz. And then this is just some ephemera I have. And here's a little envelope. And then some embossed paper. But here are some pockets. And then you open this up, and here we have, these are all Tim Holtz, but it is layered. I did layer it. I want, when you look at this journal, to look like you got it out of Grandma's attic. And the pages, I hope, look like this. Then here's a little pocket where you can put pictures. And then this, I'm not sure what kind of material this is. It's like a, I'll figure it out, but it's got like a snowflake popcorn to the top of it. I love it. I've just used it throughout. And then the spine is made with, I got this tablecloth at an antique, this one I got at an estate sale. And it was a Christmas tablecloth. And I loved it. I loved it. And then here is some lace. Then this page, so I've got a little something hanging over it. This page is one of Amity's printables. I just love how, I love her papers. I just absolutely love them. And here is a little tuck spot and then some lace. And then I just put some threading from the material that I put up here to add a little bit of interest. So I purchased some embroidery threads from a lady, and she had this teddy bear in there, and it was just perfect. And this, I believe it's a needle, but it might just be a pin. I don't think it's a needle, but it's a pin she had that she put, oh, it came out. I'll fix that again. But it was in the stuff I purchased, so I just put that in here. And then this is a printable to the new buyer. And then on the back of it, I just have some blank, a copy of some blank music paper. And then on this first page, we have a couple tags. And this tag has a little pull out for some extra writing space. And then here's the first Noel music paper, some antique dictionary. Here is a bingo card, some more embossed paper, more of the material from the front. I feel there is a lot of writing space in here. And I've put quite a few tags and papers that will give you extra writing space. So here's another one of Amity's prints. And then I just backed it with some, this is vintage ledger paper. I love this. This is from 1904. Nice little tuck spot. More writing space with linen or with lace there. And as you can see on the bottom here, you can just see the extra pages coming. I just love that. I just love seeing all of the extra papers that are coming up. And I did forget to mention, but this is 3 signatures. So on this page, again, it's an Amity printable. I'm not going to say that throughout the whole thing. I don't know why I am, but here is a little envelope. It has a little picture in it. And this is backed with the antique dictionary page. Then I just have a little tuck spot here with some lace that has like little bursts. I think it looks like stars in the sky. And then here is a tag that I covered with, this is some dotted Swiss lace that I got off of Etsy. I can't remember who it's from, but I will try to link it if they still have some available. And I know with tariffs, it might be a little hard to get stuff, but I will link it. And I love this tag. I've actually etched it in gold around the edges. I love it. And then may the peace of the season light your world. I thought that was a very nice touch to put on there. Then this is some more embossed paper, but it has plenty of writing space on the back. You see my hand shaking? A coffee. I got to have my coffee. And then this was just attached with a paper clip that I've just added some sari silk to. This also was purchased off of Etsy. I also love the dotted sari. So when you flip this over, this card was here, or it's a picture. And I believe I got this off of Evelyn and Sage. Then this is just a Polaroid printable that you can just attach your picture to. I left it blank so that you could put your picture on it that you wanted. It's just in this tuck spot, which I've also added lace to it here. I should just go in and then I'll just do this later, attach everything later. Then here's some more of the, I need to stop saying some more of the tablecloth that I've cut apart, and some little dangles, and it has a cross and a couple beads, jingle bells, and hope. Then some more ruffles, another Tim Holtz, a menu. I love menus at big get-togethers. But of course, this was an Amity printable. You have to check her shop out there. She just has amazing printables. And then this little girl, she is a Tim Holtz from the dolls, the paper dolls. I just had to add her. I don't know why all the little kids have that frown. They're never smiling, or rarely smiling. And then here is another little added detail to it, another picture. I love log cabins. I thought that was such a neat picture. Most of the pictures are on glossy paper. This one is just on matte photo paper with the old car in the background. Then this paper right here is from the Etude magazine. It is this one right here. I love these magazines. This is from December 1936. And this is A Christmas Sanctuary. And then the Nativity of Christ is on this paper. I saw it and I just had to put it in here. I loved making this journal. I had seen Heather with Rose Hill Paper Cottage. She had done a video with the same printables, and she had done a Christmas diary also, and it was just perfect. So I saw the papers, which I had already purchased anyway, just because I wanted to make something with Amity's printables, and she made a Christmas diary, and I thought that's just amazing. So here's the center of the first signature. I haven't put anything on it. If the new buyer does want anything on these dangles or the threads in the center of the signature, I can add it. I haven't added anything because I didn't know if you wanted them long, I love them long, or if you want something on it. So I've kind of torn, not really torn, but taken the gold, it just wraps around, but I've just unwrapped it so that it could be an extra dangle coming down. But let me know if you like them long, or if it doesn't make a difference, or if you want them short. I personally like dangles, but I didn't want to add anything just in case you don't want that. And then here's some more lace under a embossed piece of paper. And then right here I have music page that I just have a embossed paper as a pocket and a little tuck spot for this little girl, more writing space. And a little picture down here. I just think they're adorable. Little kids looking at the Christmas tree. And that just flips over. And then here's another little tuck spot, more writing, or a tag with more writing space on it. More lace on the edge. And then this is another paper clip I've made. Love the dangles. Love things hanging off the edges here. So I have included a few dangles off the edge. But this one just has jingle bells. Little kids love it. Furry. Love furries. And this has just a little Merry Christmas tag that you can write on. This is a printable out of RubyandPearlxo. It was envelopes, and I think they're amazing. It was a different color. So I've just tried to add just a couple extra different colors in here. But it's just another writing space. And then, of course, another embossed piece of paper with some glitter in it. Thought it was beautiful. Then here's another little tuck spot. And this is a Ruby and Pearl Amity Bloom there. But this is, I made a little flippy floppy writing pages, and this is from an antique railroad record book. I have the whole book, but this just happened to be tearing off the page, so I thought, I'm going to put it in there. But I love the edges. I love the foxing on the pages. This is from that vintage ledger from the 1900s, early 1900s. I think I've got a couple on here. Oh, there are, but I didn't separate it, but you can. And it has this on the back. Then a postcard, copy of a postcard from Amity's Postcards, Christmas postcard that I put in here. This is just a printable of a letter. I'm not sure if I got this off the Graphics Fairy or where, but it's just, I love the writing. That old writing, it's amazing. This vintage ledger that I have from the 1900s, that's how they wrote. Beautiful. So this is just, was in this little pocket. Then I've also attached these two pages together and made a pocket. And this is another Amity printable. I love the angels. So the printables I've used in here is the Christmas diary, Christmas tags, postcards, a winter season, and I believe there was another one, Primrose Patchwork. I will list all of them in the description in the bottom. But that just tucks right in here. And then this is just a blow up of one of the postcards, and then I put some acetate. No, this is vellum. And just sewn it in. Another little tux, or a little postcard. I love this cotton measuring tape. Then just another Tim Holtz little ephemera with a bird on it. And the berries. Love the berries. Piece of coffee dyed paper. And then another picture printable. It's just paper clipped here. Doesn't want to come off. Just another picture. Love them. And then, now it comes off. And then a little paper doily up here. And then turn the page, the little doily from the opposite side. It has a picture, and it's just a little up tuck right there. Then this is another one of Amity's printables, Dear Fawn, and that's right there. But I just thought it was just adorable. Beautiful. Backed with some paper for writing, more embossed paper, and this fabric that has snowflakes in it. I love it. I've used that throughout too. This little tuck spot has another paper clip with some yarns on it. A little envelope that has some more goodies for the buyer. I'm going to leave some of these that I don't go through so the buyer can see all their little goodies. Another picture. This one's on the matte photo paper, not glossy. A picture frame that you can just put wherever you want and frame something. And then another one of the Polaroid printables. The other side of the dictionary page. And then this is attached to the music page. Then here's some more pockets. This is an Amity print envelope that has some goodies for the buyer. You know, it's not so much Christmas related, but these are $49 in Market. I have some little tickets. I love tickets, and some little labels. And I've added some washi at the bottom. And this little ephemera sticker. I thought this was perfect to put in here. Fresh cut trees. Love those little receipts. And then a Tim Holtz. And then another vellum pocket that I've made with some die cuts in here of trees, a little deer. Isn't he just adorable? Oh, well, it looks like it has, well, kind of looks like a fawn with the cutouts on the back, but we've got antlers. So there are some extra die cuts in here that you can put in this journal or make another journal with some of the stuff I've put in here. There's another tuck spot with some pages for the buyer. Dictionary page. This is an antique book pages. And then the music pages. Oh, that was the envelope. And then that is the end of the first signature. This is the beginning of the second one. Another picture and some embossed paper and a lace tuck spot. Flip the page, another tag with the vintage ledger on it. Another, and this pocket was made with embossed paper, an embossed pocket, Tim Holtz. So that just goes in there. I believe, no, that's not Tim Holtz. And then some embossed paper. I love embossing paper and different kinds of paper. I've embossed, this is the brown packaging paper from Amazon, as a matter of fact. Some more of that tablecloth. And then this, I love this picture of some little kids out. They've got their big toboggan sled and put in with the pocket corners. And then this is a big tuck spot here. It's got a few things. I've got some embossed paper with trees, a little to and from. And this is really thick cardstock. It's kind of got a little sheen to one side. Then flip it over. This is an envelope. These has some goodies for the new buyer and a little chiffon envelope or a little bag. Some vocab cards. I thought these were so cute. Glory, Frosty, Nativity, a little tuck spot from the embossed paper, and some more of that dotted Swiss. Love this. Writing spot. This right here, I've made this tape using, what is it? Medical tape. And I've put it on acetate, ran it through my printer, and printed on it. Love that. I saw that on Heather with what's Rose Hill Paper Cottage. She just does so much. Lovely lady, love her. Another tag with printable on the back for writing. And then this is just a little tuck spot. Another dangle and some lace, pocket with a little tag and some dangles, jingle bell, and a snowflake. This picture I kind of left up a little bit so you can see this is it's a Tim Holtz frame that I've put acetate, and then you can just put your own picture in there. So I've just left that up a little bit. This page, Tim Holtz for writing on. It's really thick. This is an Amity Bloom backed with coffee dyed paper. And then right here, this was a little package that had the wrapping paper on it, and I forget who originally did it, but I've put some ribbon around it and made it look like it was also wrapped. It is wrapped on the picture, but I just put that on there. I thought it looked so adorable. This is piano paper, and I've sewn it to the printable. Just sewed it and made a pocket. There is quite a bit of sewing in here. Yes, you can sew on paper. I have a lot of people ask that. Yes, you can. It's not difficult. I don't know anything about sewing. I just don't worry about the tension. I put it in and sew. And then this is just a little piece of paper I've tucked in this little pocket I've made from, what is this? It's a waxed deli paper. And then I've attached it with a pin, but I've put the pin down so you're not going to get, it's underneath the pocket so you're not going to get stuck with it. Just a little pocket. And then Amity Bloom did this with little cupcake. This is, I think this is the smaller cup. No, it might have been the bigger one. I've just folded it over. And then I've put some little rhinestones on it, but Amity Bloom did this. I thought it was so adorable. And then just another little jingle bell dangle on the lace. This is Tim Holtz. I love that sound. So this is another pocket that I've made with, I'm not sure if it was, I'm sure it's a deli paper, but these are some little goodies for the new buyer. This is some French book page. There's 2 pieces here. Love this. I'm not sure what it says, so I've tried to go through books and book pages if I've used them to make sure there's no language. I don't know what it says, so I apologize if there's anything in here that is bad. Then here are a couple frames. This might be from Simple Stories, the frames. Then these are little poinsettias from the Tim Holtz ephemera pack. Tim Holtz, and then a ticket from Tim Holtz. So these are in this little deli pocket here. I'm going to set this to the side. Another music page. This is a quite big one. If that bothers you that I've ripped that just now, but it's very fragile. And I love the foxing. If that bothers you that when I pulled that out, it ripped a smidge, I can replace it. Just let me know about that. And that is just tucked over this coffee dyed book page. This is some of that antique wallpaper that's on the front of the book. I've just used here as a flip out, and this is sewn on also. And I believe the paper I've used here again is, I believe this is the brown masking tape. Amazon has everything. It's backed with piano paper here. And then I've made another little scrappy journal, little writing spot made with some receipts. This is another vellum pocket I've made, printed on. It's got some goodies for the new buyer. This is some of that tablecloth. This is some washi I've made. I love black and white. Love it. So I've just made some washi. A little picture on the matte photo paper, and then another vocab card. And then I have this gal right here. She's getting a Christmas tree beehive or whatever they're called on her head. I thought it was perfect. And she's so adorable. So that is in this little tuck spot. Here I put a lace pocket. And I have this cute little card, picture card. This is on glossy photo paper of these little girls with some of their Christmas presents. This is from the Harper's Monthly magazine, some book pages. This is vintage. I don't know what year it's from, but it's early 1900s. And I've just made it have a little bit of tuck space here. And then I've put my washi tape, my faux vintage washi tape around it because the pages are so delicate. But I did sew on it to reinforce. And then on this side, I did put mixed media paper. So in these tucks, I just have another tag that you can write on. And then I have a little picture of a little girl with her little Christmas tree. This is on matte photo paper. More of the embossed paper from Amazon. And then this beautiful picture of a pine tree. It's got the flocking on it. I'm sure it's not real, or a real tree. It's just got the flocking. I just thought it was so neat to put in here. And then it's got some glitter. I did not put the glitter on it. I bought it like that. Thought that was beautiful. So that is on this page. Oh, goodness. Yeah, see, it's just very delicate. And then on this page, it's the mixed media paper that I've put on to reinforce the older book page. I just love that. The foxing. This little rabbit, he's so adorable. It's a Christmas picture looking up at the holly berries. So here's the other side of that lace pocket. Oh, and I did want to mention this is the center of the signature. Again, I've left the cording long. If you want it cut or if you want little dangles on it, I can add those. This is another printable out of, I believe this is the Dear Fawn kit again. And another tag with that sari silk on it. So that was in this lace pocket, and I've sewed this on the side. Writing spots, the book page with more of the material I used on the front. This is just a big tag that I've included for extra writing spot. This is part of a tablecloth that I've coffee dyed. Then this little envelope, I believe I got in junk mail. I love how big the frame is. I'm trying to think if I think I've added that acetate. I don't believe it came with it. I added it. And then I put this replica of a cabinet card in it. Isn't she just adorable? And then I added the rickrack. And then this is Ruby and Pearl, I believe from the Angels kit. Added lace. Another one of those. And it's a pocket in the middle of these two pages. And I've added in that same print from the other page. It's like a postcard feel, and it's got the flocked tree and the glitter. This is also Ruby and Pearl. Another tag. This is parchment paper. I'm trying to remember if I coffee dyed it. I believe I did because I see a little bit along the edging. Then this is some more of that fabric that has, is this like a toile that has the snowflakes on the pattern, and then I just ruched it and sewed it. Here is another deli paper pocket. And I added the vocab card in here that says angel. This is just a little writing spot I just thought it was a beautiful picture that someone would call her his angel. Then this is another print from the Etude, not print, paper from the Etude. And it has holly and poinsettias on it. It's from the Etude magazine. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but... And then it says here, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And this is from December of 1936 also. So these are in this pocket, or yeah, the pocket that I've made from deli paper. Here's another couple pockets. I believe this is Tim Holtz also. It's thick like a lot. His ephemera is mostly like it's a harder. It's very hard. It's a harder paper. That's what I'm trying to say. Then this just has pockets, more of that material from the front, and here is another little vellum pocket that I've made for the new buyers, and I've added some of this. It's a tape, and it looks like vintage negative film from the old 35 millimeters. Love it. Love it, love it. And of course I didn't include it in here just so it looks nostalgic. You know, like I said, I wanted it to look like it came out of Grandma's attic. But yeah, you can put it in whatever you want or put it in this journal. So the new buyer, this is yours. And then this right here is a flip down for more writing space. And then I've layered this a few times with tracing paper to give that crunchy sound. Then back here, I have this pocket, and I have another photo with a little girl pushing her little baby doll on a little baby sled. Another tag. This is the black and white sari silk that I've bought off of Etsy. And like I said, I will link that. Then this is more piano paper that I've included for the buyer. This page is layered. This is, just wanted to get the layers right here. So this is the railroad. This is from that railroad book. Then I've put an old coffee stained junk mail envelope, little part here to make the flip down, just to give it some extra layers. I just thought it was just perfect. And then flipping the page is the other side of that Harper's Monthly magazine. I'm sure this is from the early 1900s. It doesn't have a date on here, but I can find that if that's something you want to know. Then here is another little tuck spot with some pictures. Little kids bringing home some Christmas trees. Then another little tag for writing space. This has a pocket here that I've just backed on piano paper. And I've just paper clipped these to the side. So this is another printable from Amity Bloom. The rickrack there that I've just folded over for a tuck spot. Here's another little tuck spot of a little girl bringing a Christmas tree, and I've added some more of that glass glitter. And as I said, that will oxidize over time and turn a darker color. And this is another little tuck spot on this side of some Christmas trees. Oh, look at that. Look at all that snow. Beautiful. And it's just an embossed page with trees Add in some woods and some vintage looking trim. Another little tuck spot or a tag washi along the side with coffee stained paper on the back, and another little Tim Holtz bulldog clip. These are so teeny tiny for my big fingers to put on here. Darn it. They're probably not hard, they're just hard for me. Then more writing space here. This is another pocket with the dotted Swiss, and I've just included a postcard for, it does have writing on there, but, or it's a printable with writing on it, but it has that beautiful old lettering. It's beautiful. But that is in this pocket, or whatever pocket you choose. This is another of that lace that has the starburst, or I think it looks like stars, that I've added on here. Then this page has this pocket here. This is embossed paper. I've added the little tag over here, or a little edging piece. I just thought this looked, like I said, like it came out of Grandma's attic. This is the paper that is the Harper's Monthly Journal, and I put my faux vintage tape on it, and then I've done it here also and sewed the embossed paper on it and enforced the paper, the Harper's Monthly magazine, with faux tape. And this is another tag with lace on the top. And this is just a little letter. This is how they used to fold letters back in the day, to send their letters, not use an envelope. And I'm not sure I'm not sure what digital this was from. But if you are interested, I can figure it out and let you know. But that's how they folded these. But that's writing spot on the back. This is with parchment paper. And you just tuck this. Maybe I could do it like this. Yeah, I'll fold it in a minute. Yeah, it goes like that, I guess. Come on. There we go. There, I did it. So that just fits right in here. Flip the page. More of that vintage looking trim with this. I thought it was a beautiful looking trim too. This is the center of the third and final signature with the long cording again. More of that tablecloth, the Christmas tablecloth. You can see part of the holly in there and the berries. I just think that's so beautiful that I got it in an estate sale. In this page, I've put more of the medical tape washi that I've made for a pocket. And then this just has a little Merry Christmas card. That's Tim Holtz star from his ephemera packs. And this is just another little writing spot with that beautiful penmanship. Look at that. I just love it. Just another little page. And these are Tim Holtz little paper clips. I thought they're so neat. Another printout of a letter with the beautiful penmanship again that I've just had it folded and tucked around this girl, keeping her safe and cozy and warm in the Christmas, in the coldness. So we'll put that in there. And I love with Amity's digitals, just the copies of the recipes. I just love them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then this is another picture that I've put on with the picture corners and some trim along the edge, snowflake trim. We're getting close to the back. So, and here's another printable from Amity Bloom. I believe Dear Fawn again. And this flips out, tuck spot, the picture. And this is on glossy. Some pictures I wanted on matte photo paper, others I wanted glossy. And this just has just book page, I believe, on the back with velvet on the top. The tiny attacher staples there. Tim Holtz just thinks of everything. This is another vellum pocket that I've made. More goodies for the buyer. I've enclosed some of this sparkly material for the new buyer. Some of the dotted Swiss lace. Love this. It's so delicate. Or it's actually a toile. These are little stickers. Looks Christmassy with the berries and the snow and the fence. I just love that. And then looking out at all the mountains. Who does not love a fire when it starts getting chilly? Beautiful. And another frame. So these are included in this vellum pocket that is printed on. It is not attached. This is using brown. It's like a tape. It's not a painter's tape. It has a little more binding power. So I've just added that onto the side for this flip out. And this is just in here. So you can remove this. I just put it there and just kept it there. Then here's a little up tuck on the top. Another picture. Little kids showing their Christmas tree. Look at him wearing his little sailor suit. This is a Tim Holtz. Little tuck up here. And then on this page, I've got more, well, it's the other side of that dotted Swiss. I hope I'm in frame. That dotted Swiss. And I've got a Santa picture. He is on glossy. And then he's just paper clipped to some blank music. And this is a digital. I've just printed on both sides that music paper. I love it. And then this is just another piece of paper. This is, I think from a Scrabble paper, but I love the feel of paper. So this is the linen, this is glossy, and this is the scribble paper. I love texture. I just love texture. So I add different textures. And the dotted Swiss is sewn on here. And then another bulldog clip holding this big tag, more of the railroad book page. And then up here I have some cotton and more of that dotted Swiss. And this is another one of those envelopes that I've just tucked in here too for more writing space, more of that tablecloth. Love it. This is book page. This, I believe, is from a geological survey book. I go to a bookstore in Clintonville and I get a lot of books from him, and this was one of the ones I got. Just love the foxing. Here is a belly band with another one of those envelopes. Playing in the snow. And I've got a paper doily here, playing in the snow. And I thought it was just perfect to put this lady over here. She is probably from the early 1900s on skis. How perfect is that? That's just perfect. This is on glossy. I have another. This is glossy also. This is some embossed cardstock. I believe this is the scribble paper too, backed with piano paper. Love piano paper. It's very delicate to work with, but I just love it. It just has the perfect coloring. It's just perfect. And when you see it, you know what it is. Got another tuck spot here on that Harper's Monthly magazine with embossed paper. And this is a printable out of the Amity Bloom set, but I put it on. I've got some postcards there of the United States. I did not like the front of the photo. I don't remember what it was on, or the front of the postcard. So I just put this copy of this beautiful church on this postcard, and I think it looks fabulous. And then I've added some gold spotted washi tape and some gold, it's that rub-on gold flaking, and it's just on a tuck spot up here. Final page. This is the Virgin at San Luis Pistoli. I'm not sure. Is that Italian? It's covered with some of that very glittery fabric. And I've got some gold trim at the top. And this back page, this is all Tim Holtz. And I've not really put a lot of the little doll cutouts in here, but I did, and I did some, but I love the dog. So this is why he made it in here. Just thought all of this looked good together. Here's another picture. This one is glued down with the picture corners. And then here is a big tag, and I just have another Amity printable in the back. This is embossed paper that I've put on the front. Love it. Just more writing space. And then here is a printable of an envelope that I've left open on the top and embossed both sides of it. So you can put this wherever you want, leave it in here. You could open it up and use it, the embossed side. I didn't do any of the, edging with the different colors. Shoot, I forget what it's called. But when you take the ink and go around the edges, you're saying it. I know you're telling me, but I can't hear you. This is an embossed. I've used this throughout. I love this picture. I love it. Which is why there is something I'm including in here also that has roses on it. And then this is a little tag that I'm including, and another Amity tag that I've embossed. And on the back is that vintage ledger. So just all of these in here. That doesn't go there. So this is the back. So I know there's a lot of pages in here that you might want to write on. So what I've done also is included this book board. Very thick. I can't even remember what I used to make it. But it's Amity's printables. Love these little guys, or guy and girl. Beautiful, beautiful printables. And here is here is the little bag I've made. It is a vellum bag that I've made with her printable. And here's some more little goodies. So I've included these little dangles on a bob pin. Here's a little scrappy notebook that I've made with some of the extras left over. Music paper. Here's a little tag with a Merry Christmas. Coffee stained paper. And then in this little tuck I've made with some lace, I've included some picture corners, some more vocab cards, Santa and Twinkle. So they just go in this little And then we have a little tuck spot here. And then this is tracing paper that I've coffee dyed. Another envelope. Amity Bloom again, of course. I believe this is Ruby and Pearl, though. A lot of the ledgers that I've used in here, if they were ledgers, were Ruby and Pearl. Another vocab card. Here's the center of this, and I've just tied this into a little bow. More of the coffee stained tracing paper with some beautiful, beautiful trim. Then in this little pocket, these are some faux wax seals. Couldn't think of it. It's not red for the journal, but I just got the pink ones because I just thought it looked adorable with this paper lace doilies. Paper lace doilies for the new buyer. And this little tag. I just thought they just looked so beautiful together. This is some faux, and I've used it throughout the journal also, but this is some faux German measure tape, which I got on Etsy also. If I can find them, I will link that shop also. I got like 9 rolls of it. I love it. Just love it. Coffee stained paper, another little tuck spot. And we can put this in here. If she fits, she does. Okay. And that was just some leftover trim that I got off of one of the lace pieces, and I didn't want to throw it away, so I just put it on this tag. Then for the cutouts I made to go in one of the pockets, I just put in here and I just thought it would look cute if you would put it on a tag and have the negatives to the cutouts I made. I just thought that was perfect. So that's the little scrappy journal you can have. I've put some lace like I put on the edge of this journal, of the big journal right here also, so that it would match. I've included this embossed piece of beautiful cardstock, and it has shimmery on it. And it looks like a little village. Beautiful. More embossed paper. This is like mulberry paper, but it's of a Christmas tree. It didn't make it into the journal, but I thought I would include it here. Here is some more French book page. Again, I don't know what it says. I hope it doesn't say anything bad. Then this shimmery cardstock is just beautiful, and it's embossed again. Beautiful. Love it. This is some vintage wallpaper. I think I've used a piece or two. Oh, I put it on I used this backing on one of the tags just because I wanted to cover the tag with a different printable, and so the front of this wallpaper did not make it in the journal, but it is in there. But I wanted to include, actually I've got some more wallpaper of the red that was in here. That goes in here too. So those go in here, and here are 2 other things, well actually 3, that will go in the journal too. I have recently purchased these at an antique store, and it hadn't made it into the journal yet, but these are pieces that go in the journal. Here's a vintage card. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I have very little Christmas cards or postcards or anything. These were the only ones I had, so these will go in here. This beautiful card. Here is one that says, "To you, friend, good greetings. A happy Xmas to everybody." Little postcard. This is from 1914. Vintage. And the red roses that are in here, I put this card in here. It's not Christmassy, but because of the red roses, I loved it. And this is another 1909 vintage. These were some of the new ephemera pieces I have just purchased at an antique store, which I will be posting that also. And I know this doesn't go with the journal, but I did get my Amity Bloom washi tapes finally. I have been waiting on these beauties. So these don't go with the journal, but I just have to show some of these. These are the washi tapes. This is just some of the ones I got, but these only come out twice a year. So when they do, I stock up. I don't have any Christmas washi tapes. I didn't make it onto that sale, but I have some of the others. If anybody is interested, I'm going to try to list this on Etsy. If you want to contact me directly, I will have my email underneath. You can contact me and let me know if you're interested. Regarding this one, I will be posting some more videos of other journals I'm creating. A few other ones would be fall. I've got a romantic vampire journal. It's not, you know, scary or gruesome or anything like that. It does have a small, you know, a few small parts, so it would probably be good for a child. But yeah, I do have a few other journals, and I hope you enjoyed my flip through today. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.